During the vegetative stage, the plant will require a base nutrient that's higher in nitrogen and lower in phosphorus and potassium. A base nutrient represents the main component of any fertility program or feeding schedule and should contain the majority of essential elements needed for plant growth. Because of adverse interactions within the formula itself, most base nutrients won't contain any calcium or magnesium, so some type of Cal-Mag supplement will be required. Most vegetative stage-based nutrients available for purchase are labeled with the names like GROW or Veg formula. In this stage, the plants require more nitrogen than any other element for the creation of amino acids and proteins that give the plant a strong structure. On a product label, there is a section called the grade, which is represented as NPK, representing nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Choose a product that has an NPK where the number in the N position is higher than the others, for example, 12, 6, 6. Base nutrient products designed for the flowering stage will have a lower N value and a higher P value. When feeding the plants, it's imperative to start by following the manufacturer's recommended label rates. These will provide an excellent starting point. If the label states a range of feeding rates, it's a good practice to start at the lower rates and monitor over time how the plants are reacting with each feeding. If they appear to react positively, the rate can slowly be increased with each feeding, but be careful not to exceed the maximum suggested rates. Underfeeding rather than overfeeding a plant is recommended. Problems that arise from overfertilization are much harder to rectify than those caused by a plant being slightly deficient in an element or two. There are a couple of things to consider when determining how often to fertilize the plants during the vegetative stage. The most important is the type of medium being used. A good potting mix that's well fortified with organic materials, and perhaps even some mineral fertilizer, will require less feeding than a medium that's more inert, such as ROCKWOOL. For a standard potting mix, fertilizing once or twice a week should be sufficient. For more frequent feedings, the base nutrient should be used at a lower rate since it's being applied more often.